Now, you may have heard, write the vision and make it plain. And you might have been like how I was in the past, where you thought, well, I did write it. I did make it plain. And why does nothing seem to be happening? But guess what? It's like when you have a dream and all you do is write out the dream, but you don't take time to interpret the dream, flesh it out, to see how much sense does it make. Well, when you only write the vision, but you don't write at least some steps as to how that's going to be, how that's going to come to pass, you'll just have a dream on paper. And you could have a whole lot of stuff on paper. You could have a well-documented dream, but you haven't looked at, what am I going to do to start to make this dream a reality? What am I going to do on the first day? What am I going to do in the second day? What am I going to do in the first month, the first year? Start putting the plans in place. What resources do you need to make this dream? It's not about if you have the resources, don't let that ever serve as a limitation. But do write down what resources, as far as you know, you need. What people you need. Maybe even what kinds of buildings you need to make that dream a reality. And then start looking at it. What can I do now with what I have now? So when I looked at stuff that I did, I was wondering, well, how am I going to get the buildings? How am I going to get all the people that I need to make this thing a reality? And then I started to look at, well, what do I have now? Maybe you've got it, computer, and you want to be a writer. And you think, I don't have a publishing contract, but you want to be a writer. Start writing. You've got a computer. Work with what you've got. What else do you have? You want to open a bakery. Well, what do you have? Do you have an oven at home? You might call it a cooker. What ingredients do you have? Can you start sharing those ingredients? Can you start making little cakes, little cupcakes, starting it small? What do you have now? Documenting, how do you move from where you are now to what you need to put in place to get the big dream? But if you don't start to document what you need to make that vision a reality, it's just going to be a dream on paper. It's going to be a vision, but you've got no way to make that vision a reality. So start actually planning towards your vision. And if you wanted to figure out what your vision is, spend some time with the Holy Spirit. Ask Him, what is it that you're gifted to do? And how do I make that a reality in my life? How do I make my purpose become alive? How do I make my dream a vision? And how do I make my vision a reality?